Vamos a conocer los mandatos con un contexto, en un contexto. Telling someone you know well. Un amigo, un miembro de la familia, un compañero de clase, etc. Ok, por ejemplo, se usan con, amigos, por ejemplo. Por eso se llaman informales, ¿no? En cambio, tenemos mandatos formales usted y ustedes. Y eso depende de la cultura y también depende de con quién se habla. Entonces, ahora vamos a empezar con los mandatos informales negativos. Don't do this, don't do that. Porque ustedes van a ver, estos mandatos negativos son exactamente iguales de otro concepto gramatical que hemos visto. Y el contexto es la clase de español. En la clase de español hay muchas actividades que se prohíben o que no se permiten. Por ejemplo, no hables inglés en la clase de español. Hablemos español, no hables inglés. Ok, ahora, después de ver el ejemplo, vamos a hablar de la gramática. So, primero, ¿cómo se dice no hables inglés en inglés? Don't speak English. Right, exactly. And who are we talking to when we say that? Angela? Sorry. One other person, exactly. And in terms of familiarity, someone you know well, like your classmate, maybe it's in the middle of an ampliación, and your classmate's like, what's your name again? You're like, no hables inglés. That's when you would say that, okay? So it's in the to form, but it's negative, telling somebody not to do something. What's weird or different, not really so much at this point to us, because we've had lots of practice with conjugating verbs like this. What happened to our infinitive to change it into a negative to command? What do? It looks just like what? Looks just like the subjunctive. We switched the endings. We took the verb hablar and changed it to no hables. That's all you have to do to change a command or change a verb to speak to saying don't speak. If you're like, no, don't eat that pizza. It's for somebody else. No comas. No comas mi pizza. Don't eat my pizza. Por ejemplo. O no pagues al contado. Paga con tu tarjeta de débito. ¿No? Pero negativos. Exactamente igual al subjuntivo. No escribas mensajes de texto durante la lección. ¿Cuál es el infinitivo de escribas? Escribir. Exactamente igual al subjuntivo, ¿no? Go to the O, drop the O, change it to the opposite of what you know. Pero solamente la forma de tú, because we're saying what? Don't what? Don't write. Exactly, don't write text messages. And you're talking to whom? Muchas personas or una persona? Una persona. El médico or el doctor, la policía, or otro estudiante? Otro estudiante, ¿no? Informal. No vayas al baño durante la lección. ¿Cuál es el infinitivo de vayas? Ir, ¿no? Ir en el subjuntivo es vaya. Es irregular. So, no vayas is what? Don't go. Right, don't go to the bathroom or necesito pagarme un peso. If you don't want somebody to leave, like they're about to depart or they're about to leave you, and you don't want to say goodbye. You're like so sad. You say no te vayas. Don't go, no te vayas. Which you might need to know this in una situación de amor en Colombia con Santiago. Santiago, no te vayas. Reflexivo is like don't go. We use the reflexive ear when we don't have a destination indicated. No vayas, just don't go. No converses con tus compañeros cuando la profesora habla. ¿Cuál es el infinitivo de converses? Conversar, no? regular. Conversar. Y miren, chicos, tus compañeros, porque es un mandato informal. Mandato de tú. No le digas las respuestas a un compañero durante un examen. ¿Cuál es el infinitivo de digas? Decir. Muy bien. Decir. So what's this saying? Because we have a pronoun too. Don't tell them. Right, exactly. Don't tell like him or her. Le is referring to whom? Don't tell whom. Your compañero. That's why it's singular. Or compañeros, les. And where does the pronoun come with this command? Before the verb. Exactly. Because when we think about commands, and you're going to see here in a second, pronouns sometimes function differently. That's what we learned in chapter 12. No le digas, don't tell her, don't tell him. No le digas eso. No le digas mi secreto. And in Spanish, it doesn't literally translate this way, but like in situations where in English we're like, oh no, she didn't. In Spanish, they say, no me digas. No me digas. Don't tell me. Like in response to somebody doing something, what we would say, oh no, she didn't. No me digas. Es bueno saber estas expresiones. Okay, no hagas tu trabajo en Google Translate. ¿Cuál es el infinitivo? Hacer. Y exactamente igual al subjuntivo, go to the yo, hago. Go to the yo, digo. Drop the yo, change it to the opposite of what you know. La forma de tú. Fácil, ¿no? Super fácil. Okay, so to form a negative two, acabo de decirlo. Go to the yo, drop the yo, change it to the opposite of what you know. Just like subjuntivo en la forma de tú. Super fácil, ¿no? AR endings change to ES, ER, IR change to AS. Nada nuevo. Exactamente igual al subjuntivo en la forma de tú. El contexto es diferente. So if the grammar is the same, why is there a different category? What's a command again? Why would you use this over the subjunctive? Commands are very what? Specific and direct, right? It's not like, no quiero que tú comas mi pizza. It's like, no comas mi pizza, por favor. It's like mucho más directo, okay? No te vayas, Santiago, te quiero. Sorry. So, todos los verbos irregulares en la forma de yo en el subjuntivo son irregulares en la forma de yo de los mandatos informales, ¿no? No hagas la cama. Oh, perdón. De car verbs. Se aplican las mismas reglas fonéticas. ¿Cómo se llama esta chica? Cecilia. ¿No? Entonces, CE en español produce el sonido S. Entonces, el infinitivo sacar necesita el cambio. Cecilia, no saques la basura. Pobre Cecilia. O no saques tu dinero del cajero automático. También, ¿cómo se llama él? Él es Jorge, ¿no? G con E produce el sonido en inglés como H y para proteger el sonido pagar tenemos que incluir la U. No pagues con tu dinero, perdón. Muy importante. La T, too. Make sure you change it on your papel. Why is that muy importante? Tu dinero. Yeah, la forma de tu. I copied and pasted this from the ustedes PowerPoint. So, un error que no vi. Tu dinero. Almorzar, almuerces. Conducir en la lección. Bueno, this is like what you should have told me. You should have responded to my email. Profesita, no conduzcas tu carro cuando escribes mensajes a nosotros. Es peligroso. En la lección 11 tuvimos conducir, en la lección 13 tuvimos el verbo reducir. No reduzcas, por ejemplo. Y proteger también, necesito incluir proteger, ¿no? What do you think if you were telling somebody not to protect something? What would you tell them? No prote. What do we do to GER verbs? JAS. No protejas la energía nuclear, por ejemplo, no sé. Estar, estés, ir, vayas, sepas, por ejemplo. Ok, esos son los mandatos negativos. Entonces, en resumen, mandatos formales, usted y ustedes. Mandatos informales negativos y el subjuntivo, la gramática es exactamente igual. Ahora vamos a ver dos más, seas y veas. Y pronombres. Y después de los pronombres vamos a ver los mandatos afirmativos. So the pronoun goes where? Before the conjugative verb. So if it's a reflexive verb, por ejemplo, I don't know, despertarse. ¿Y saben cómo se dice despertarse en inglés? Por la mañana yo me despierto normalmente a las 7. To get up. Think about being desperate for more sleep when you get up. Despertarse. So no te despiertas when it's reflexivo, or perdón, despiertes. Profecita, no te despiertes a las 7. Despiértate a las 8, por ejemplo. So when it's reflexivo, or when we have un objeto de complemento directo. No lo leas en clase. Ok. Vamos a hacer esta actividad. Ok. Este concepto no es difícil, pero siempre hay problemas con los mandatos informales afirmativos. When you tell somebody to do something. No es difícil, pero mis estudiantes siempre tienen problemas con estas conjugaciones. So, otras reglas de la clase de español. Y miren, aquí tenemos habla español. Habla español. What am I telling you to do? Speak Spanish. The meaning is super obvious. What's up with the grammar? What happened to the verb? It's not in the to form, but who am I talking to? To. I'm telling you to speak Spanish. Singular, segunda persona, informal. Habla español tú, por ejemplo. So actually, this verb, when you're telling somebody that you know well, un amigo, familia, niño, otro estudiante, y profeseta, what do you do to the verb? You just take your verb and do what to it? You don't switch any endings. Yeah, you put it in kind of like the ella form. Habla español. So if you want somebody to, like you're talking to a kid, eat your vegetables, come. El verbo comer, come tus verduras. Or come tu comida. Por ejemplo, comer, come, hablar, habla. Escribe, ¿no? Escribir. Escribe oraciones originales en tus composiciones. Escribir, escribe. Hacer. Haz. Haz la tarea en el supersitio. Irregular. ¿Cuál es el infinitivo de haz? Hacer. And remember, la H en español es invisible, como hola. No se pronuncia la H. Entonces, haz la tarea. What am I telling you to do? One person. I'm just telling one person. Do your homework. Haz la tarea. Haz tu tarea. ¿No? Una persona. Ve al laboratorio de Center for Student Learning. ¿Cuál es el infinitivo de ve? Ir. Muy bien. Es irregular. So when we want to tell somebody, don't go, no te vayas. But this is like mala palabra, which really they only use in Spain. I mean, it's not okay to cuss. Really, it's not socially acceptable in Latin America to cuss, but in Spain they cuss all the time because they're so much more like European, I guess. Y una expresión en España, que se usa en España, pero en Latinoamérica no, es el verbo reflexivo, irse, sorry, that's hard to see. Vete. Vete. Vete a la mierda. Only in España, okay? Do not say this in Latino America. Unless you're like, really are okay with offending someone. Vete a la mierda is like, go to hell to somebody. That's how you say it. Reflexivo, irse. Y mandato informal. And you don't really think about when you're telling somebody to go to hell, that that's a command. And an informal to command, that's not what you're processing at the very moment. But es un mandato, y es bueno saber. Vete a la mierda. Okay, participa. Participar, participa. Regular, fácil. ¿No? Y algunos más. Llega. ¿Cuál es el infinitivo de llega? Llegar. So, normalmente no llegues, no pagues, no juegues. El subjuntivo y los mandatos informales negativos y los mandatos formales, cargars are verbs, tienen cambios, pero mandatos informales affirmativos. When you tell somebody you know well to do something, you don't have to worry about cargars are. So remember that on the super site. Don't change it to GUE. If you're telling somebody to do something like, pay with your money. Paga con tu dinero. Paga. No? ¿Entienden? Okay, so to form affirmative to command, a student of mine came up with this rhyme. Take it or leave it. Go to the to, drop the S, now you're done. No need to guess. But those kind of things really do help. It's just like, or you can just be like, it's basically the El Ella form. But don't confuse it with using it in third person singular, talking about him or her. No. You're like, come tu fruta, or paga con tu dinero. Okay, y irregulares. Los irregulares. We talked about as for hacer. As for hacer. Be for ir. So, 10 es esto es página 3. Oh, no tienes la página? Or papel? Kyle, ¿tienes? Okay, la tienes. Bueno, sí, es que la grabadora en la fotocopiadora no funciona, entonces, problemas. Ten paciencia. Ten paciencia. What am I saying here? Have patience. Porque ¿cuál es tú necesitas el papel, Kyle?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, ahí está. Extras. Ten paciencia. ¿Cuál es el infinitivo de ten? Tener, ¿no? Todos tienen. ¿Quién necesita página 3? Tengo otros papeles. ¿Todos tienen papel 3? Página 3? Sí, papel 2. Ok, dile. Y este es el contexto con la abuela. In España, old people do not like it if you use usted with them, especially women. Why do you think that is? Yeah, it's too like formal and makes them feel old. So lots of older women in Spain Just like some women here in the South who aren't used to the South don't like it when you call them what? Ma'am, right? Because they're like, I'm not your mom. Or you call them like Mrs. So-and-so, and they're like, that's my mother. Don't call me that. So in España, if you're talking to an old lady, use the to form with her, or else she'll tell you, vete a la mierda. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, con tu abuela, or una abuela in España, ¿no? Dile que es preciosa. Dile. ¿Cómo se dice dile? In Cali, actually, I think I used this with my kids, with you the other day. I said, dile, ciao, ciao, bacalao. I actually said díganle because I was using plural because it's 2 kids. But sometimes I say dile. ¿Cómo se dice? Tell her. Right, exactly. Tell her. Or dime. Tell me. Dile. Tell her. Diles. Tell them. My kids know that because they know commands well because I'm always telling them what to do something in Spanish. That's about the extent of their Spanish. A command. Dile. ¿Cuál es el infinitivo de di? Decir. So the command is just di. And then usually with decir, you're telling something to someone, especially when you're using a command. So it's either le or me or nos, etc. Decir, di, pon, el infinitivo es poner. Sal, el infinitivo es salir, y ven es venir. So, ¿qué tienen en común? Di, pon, sal, ven, ten, and más o menos as. What's something we know about these particular irregulars when you think about the subjunctive or ustedes commands? What would tener be in the subjunctive? Tenga. What's hacer in the subjunctive? Haga. What's venir in the subjunctive? Venga. Salir is salga. Poner is ponga. And decir is diga. So all of these really short, weird ones are just like what? The go verbs, right? The go verbs in the subjunctive and the negative 2 commands and the ustedes and usted commands. So even though they look really weird, all you do is take off the go. Tengo, ten. Pongo, pon. Por ejemplo. Okay? And a lot of times in Spain, again, you would hear ven acá. Ven acá, ven acá. Come here. Ven acá. You can teach these to your dog. Has anybody tried to teach their dog Spanish? You would teach your dog 2 commands. Most likely you won't use usted. Although one of my babysitters was from Colombia, so she used usted commands with her dog, and I just thought that was hilarious. I was like, really? You guys really take the usted form seriously. You're not even using 2 commands with your dog. But you can teach your dog this. Try it next time you buy a puppy. You know, come, acuéstate. Go lay down, acuéstate. Try it. Dogs obviously learn other languages in other countries. They're capable of doing it. But and then if they don't obey you, you can be like, it's language barrier. Sorry, my dog's begging. Okay, what happens to the pronouns with affirmative commands when you tell people to do something? And this is consistent with usted and ustedes commands. Where's the pronoun? It's attached to the end of the command, at the very end. Acuéstate. I'm sure you've heard, well, you may have heard cálmate, but I know you know how to tell someone to shut up in Spanish. Cállate. Cállate. Have you heard that before? Cállate. They use it all the time, well, in Spain, 2 form. Cállense, plural, ustedes. I was shocked when I was teaching in Costa Rica that teachers would be like, cállense, chicos. And I was like, whoa, she just straight up told them to shut up? That would never fly in the United States. But with commands, if it's reflexive, like calmarse, acostarse, the te gets attached onto the end. Or if it's a pronoun, like el libro, léelo. Cómelas, por ejemplo. So the pronoun goes after the command. When that happens, we need emphasis when we're saying it, and we include it when we're writing it. And it goes on the second to last syllable. That is not including the pronoun, okay? So you count from the pronoun. Acuesta. Remember clapping out syllables in first grade, maybe? I do. I had no idea what was going on. Acuesta. It's so much easier in Spanish because Spanish is so much more vocalic. And the vowels separate the syllables. Despierta. So you move backwards, second to last syllable, and the accent goes on the vowel in the second to last syllable. One last final thing, strong vowels only. I just said, referred to despertar. And I used that in an earlier example, no te despiertas. So if I want to tell somebody to wake up, des is my first syllable. Be-er-ta, when I conjugate it as a to command, it's reflexive, so I put this te on the end, pretend like it's attached. So I just space it out so you can see. Des-pi-er-ta. Where would the accent mark go if you're telling somebody to wake up? Despiértate. Yes, exactly. The first E or the second E? Second E. Right here. Despiértate. Okay? Careful, because when you have a vowel combination, I and E, the strong vowels, A and E, are the ones that get the accent mark. If you're like ever unsure, like almorzar, stem changing verb, or dormir, stem changing verb, etc. The strong vowel gets the accent.